Hi, this is Neal Morse.
And this is Peter Schwabus.
From Transatlantic.
Yes.
And this is Rome by Wild.
First of all, welcome to Rome and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
I heard you did an awesome show yesterday in Milan.
Well, I mean, I was good. He you know.
I was okay.
He struggled, but you know.
Only on the bits that you wrote.
Oh! No, the really lame parts.
It was a good show. The audience were really
yeah, it was great. The audience was fun.
That always helps us.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely it's a group.
It is
effort.
It's a give and take. You know, it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
Progressive rock is supposed to be a very technical genre. How much work does it take to be a musician as you are?
How long have you got?
Yeah, well.
It takes me forever. I mean, it takes me, there's no kind of shortcut for me to do it. I just have to sit down, relearn what I played, and just go through it note by note and section by section and try and hope that I can remember it all.
And drill it. Yeah. I have to get it in my hands. And I have to get the words in my mouth too, like so that before a tour, I have to drill all the stuff.
And all the
hardcore.
You've got all the keyboard programs.
Yeah, I got to change programs with my feet, and you know, and then in the midst of all that, I've got to have the words right on the tip of my tongue, so I don't have to think about it. And so it takes a lot. It's a lot of practice for me.
Yeah,
but I can't enjoy it. I've come to a place where I've realized that if I don't put in the time, I will have a horrible time at the gig.
Oh yeah.
You know. The more I prepare, the more I enjoy the concert, because then I can relax and not be like making a zillion mistakes and going and kicking myself. You know, that's no fun. I mean, you always make a certain amount of mistakes. I make a certain amount of mistakes every night.
Yeah, sure, me too. You know. I think it's almost inevitable, the amount of notes and the way we play, and because of also we don't play everything exactly as the album every night. It's all that everything's changed around a little bit here and there. So it's open to interpretation. And
it isn't really what it's about anyway. I don't think the live music experience isn't about perfect music at all. In fact, it can be almost like perfect music, or it can be a drag or something.
Yeah.
You know, you want it to have some rough edges and some humanity to it. You know,
exactly.
and I think. It's really the spirit of what's happening on the stage and with the audience is the main thing that people come away with. Yeah. What they felt, you know.
Right, totally agree, yeah. Yeah, people want to have their own unique experience rather than just listen to the same show that everybody else did the night before.
Right.
Yeah. Is it difficult for you to keep alive different projects at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it very difficult actually, yeah. You probably find it easier than I do, because you seem to have a more logical...
Well, I enjoy doing different things, you know, I like to a certain extent too, you know, like, oh, I've done some pop stuff for a while, I think I'll make a pop album, or I'll make a worship album, and then I'll do this, and then I'll go to, you know, I like to I write for musical theater and all kinds of things, so I enjoy composing for like different things. But the problem is mainly the scheduling. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, not really the creativity. I don't think.
No, it's. I think when you're creative, you're just always creative, and then it's down to where you want to channel it.
Yeah, but it's trying to get the four of us in the room took 4 years. Yeah, from when we decide we'd like to get together and make another record, then you have to look for like. And all we need is like 7 to 10 days to overlap.
Yes.
And it took us like 2 years.
It did take us a long time, yeah.
To find that time, so.
Can you tell us what's behind the scene? I mean, what's the process towards a song and then a whole album, since you're so distant? What about composing? How do you compose altogether?
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, I compose a small amount of music to be sort of brought to the table, as it were. Neal, I guess Neal and Roina are the main writers, contributors. at the onset. And then when we get together...
But you brought quite a bit of things to...
Yeah.
You know.
It's kind of got more and more as the albums go on.
Some of the best parts.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of it when we're playing it too. Like when we're doing the beginning of Stranger. That's Pete's bit.
It's good.
Many other things.
Well, I think we all enjoy each other's parts, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it all click. You know, makes it all work. You know? Yeah, I usually start thinking about it maybe three to 4 months in advance of when we're going to get together. I start thinking about it. And I start, you know, singing ideas into my phone, usually to start. I like to go walking a lot, and I'll just walk and I'll maybe hear a melody or start thinking about something, and, you know, that's how I work. And then I'll take all those ideas and try and pick the best ones and then demo them roughly, you know, and send them around. And one thing I think is interesting that I don't think we've ever discussed is we never talk about any of the music till we get together in the room.
Yes, I know. I was thinking that this time round, actually.
Because I always kind of want to know, like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And, did you like this part? And I think every once in a while I've sort of, I've tried to I've asked those questions on emails, and no one ever really responds. So I guess I thought, oh, I guess it's just sort of this unwritten law that we won't discuss it till we get in the room. You know?
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's always good to actually hear how everybody is going to play somebody else's idea. Because you said, you know, when I write stuff, I sort of bear in mind who's playing it, but when you actually hear people play it, sometimes it's quite different.
Oh yeah, and that's the cool thing. You know, like you'd think with in the old days with Spock's beard, you know, a lot of the stuff that we did it, you know, exactly like I wrote it, which is different. Transatlantic changes stuff up a lot more.
Yeah.
But even just the fact that those guys were playing it gives it its own identity.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they just, you know, just through who they are as musicians, they put their mark on it and takes it to a different place that people really like, much more than my demos, you know.
It's just different, isn't it? It's a different place.
Yeah.
Would you tell us anything about Kaleidoscope, the album which came out? How was it born, and is it a concept album?
No, it's not a concept album. It's separate songs. And we, you know, well, the guys wound up throwing themes from. There's a little bleed over of themes, you know.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is cool, you know. But it isn't a concept album. And
What are you reading?
yeah, I don't know. What else to say about it? It's a lovely album.
I think it's a good album.
Yeah,
I think it's really good.
we're happy with it.
Different from the previous ones.
You're like trying to.
Oh yeah, it's really, you know, especially different from the Whirlwind. You know.
Yeah. I think it's, I mean, musically and arrangement-wise, I think every album we do, we move forward, you know. It's difficult to know how that happens and where that happens, but each album seems to, you know, just be a little bit in a different place to the last one, in a good way. I'm trying not to say better than the last album.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's better. It's just, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like children or something. They are what they are, and you just set out to make the best album you can at that point in time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And really, who knows ultimately? You know, it's really ultimately up to the audiences and things. You know, you do what you do and hope for the best. Really.
Yeah.
You know, once you're done with it, it's like, okay, go out into the world and prosper. Who knows? Well, you know, the effects that it'll have out there. You know?
Exactly. But it seems to go down well with the audience, which is a good sign.
Yeah, I think the audiences are loving it, and it's a great tour. I think we're very blessed.
We are. Yeah.
Has your approach to music changed anyway during the years, in your personal careers and with Transatlantic?
Yeah, I just think you grow. Well, as I've got older, I view things slightly differently. You know, I was always trying to be number one and wanted everything to be the best it could possibly be. And now I'm trying to be a bit more relaxed about all of that kind of stuff. I'm just enjoying myself. But I think when you enjoy yourself, other people enjoy what you're doing. And I finally got that into my head. That is the case.
Yeah, Transatlantic actually helped me to relax more and trust. You know, a lot of for me, a lot of it was about like, I don't know. It's the age-old thing of for me feeling like I had to control stuff or else people were going to ruin it.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta be like it's yours, and you have to grab hold of it and make sure that nobody messes with it. And I don't know. Transatlantic, the whole Transatlantic experience ongoingly helps me to let go of things and trust the group. Because there's invariably going to be times when you don't agree with the direction. You know, I don't always agree. But if everybody else seems to think that it's good to go that way, then you know you just learn to let go, really. And that's made all the difference, I think. I mean, we're all benefiting from. Everybody benefits from that.
Totally.
You attended the Nation at Sea 2014 cruise.
I believe we attended.
Yes, we did. In quite some way.
Yeah.
And you also played with John Anderson.
Yes.
How has it been?
That was magical, I think.
It was amazing. It was really a very special experience for me. Yeah. Yeah, I loved it, but from the first rehearsal to the last note of the concert, it was just a very blessed experience, and I was glad that I drilled it on the plane. I mean, I spent the whole flight from Santiago to Miami with my little baby keyboard, just you know, I was just going because I needed to have it in my hands, and I'm so glad that I could. I did that to the point where I could actually enjoy myself.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely. It was really nice actually when John Anderson joined us for a rehearsal. It seemed to make so much difference.
Yeah.
We all seemed to just listen to each other and just enjoy the music more somehow. Whereas before, it felt like it was a bit of a fight to get everything, all the notes in the right order and in the right places.
Yeah, without him singing, and also his direction.
Yeah.
He was kind of directing it as he was singing. And that made it was like it made it all just glue together, you know, it was great. And he was a lovely person to work with.
Is there any other partnership you're working on right now?
Oh, are we? I don't think. I'm not sure.
There might be something
Who
out
knows?
there.
Who knows?
Yeah, there may be something out there.
Nothing that we have concrete, I don't think.
Yeah.
But there may be a couple of things in the future.
Yeah, there's things being discussed.
Okay, this is a question for Italian musicians and people. Do you know the PFM group?
Of course.
Do you find
Everybody does. Yeah.
Do you find any influence in your music?
Oh yes,
From them?
Yes.
I could tell you what parts I wrote that were influenced by them. In "Go the Way You Go," the little flute bit that goes is influenced by a bit in "The River of Life," I think it's called, by PFM. And the end of I'm so familiar with this stuff because I just heard Spock's play it on the cruise. The end of "Walking on the Wind" is influenced by "The World Became the World."
Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew their music really well. I loved them. I saw them play at Whiskey A Go Go in LA when I was a kid.
Oh, lucky devil.
Yeah.
I never got to see them play.
They were
I
great.
saw Neal play, another Italian group. I never saw PFM. But "The World Became the World" was a huge, big album for me. I used to listen to it a lot. So.
Do you remember? I remember how they played it at the Whiskey. And they got so fast. Oh, it was great. Yeah.
It is great. Yeah.
We're fans, obviously.
Is there any advice you can give to brand new bands? Because we're always talking about music is dead, there's no music anymore. And there are so many bands who really want to emerge, but they can't.
Well, you just have to be, well, the first thing you have to do is be true to yourself, I think. I think you have to be, you know, make sure that, because if you try and please other people, and there'll be plenty of people in the music business who try and tell you what you're doing wrong or what you should be doing. But if you try and please them or second guess what the audience want to hear, you're probably going to get it wrong anyway. So you should always be mindful of what, you know, what you want to do and what you think is good.
Yeah, play from your heart.
Yeah.
Play from your heart and try to forget about everything else as much as you can. And write music with no in order to, not in order to get anywhere or anything. Try and write from the purest place that you can.
Okay, so thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome. Thank you.